Mighty Heart was the favorite coming into the 85th running of the Prince of Wales Stakes. COVID-19 restrictions meant this year's race would take place without the packed house that usually accompanies the biggest race of the year at the Fort Erie racetrack. Track announcer Frank Salif has the call.
Mighty Heart, mightiest again. He's 2/3 of the way to the Canadian Triple Crown. Mighty Heart.
This horse is in incredible condition. So, all in all, I'm grateful for having this horse. One of a kind in a lifetime.
Were you confident coming into this race?
Yeah, last time, he went very easy. Today, many people expect him, and I expect him too. He did it today, yeah.
Despite being closed to the public and the loss of on-track wagering, Tuesday's Prince of Wales Stakes produced a record handle of over $3 million. Chief Operating Officer Tom Valaquette is proud of how the track has met the challenges they've faced this year.
We're doing very well. We've managed the COVID protocols very well. We've stayed obviously COVID-free. It's been very stressful, obviously, as it is everywhere in society right now. But we've had a very successful meet. Our wagering's very strong. Our horse people it's been a positive occasion so far. We're excited to get through the year.
Just how important was it for the track to operate this season? Was there ever a debate or a question of that?
Suffice it to say, all the horse people, without the track operating this year, it would have been tough for them to come back next year. I mean, you couldn't carry a horse for a year and a half without racing. And it would be very difficult for them to go out in the States to race it. There's not that many opportunities to race anywhere else. So it was extremely important that we race this year. If we didn't, it would be very hard to come back to anything next year.
Let's talk a little bit about today's race. This has always been a big day for the track as well as the Fort Erie community. Yeah. Obviously, we're holding it under different circumstances this year.
It is a bit surreal. I mean, normally on a Prince of Wales Day, we were walking around here about an hour and a half before the race, looking at empty stands and going, normally by an hour and a half before the first race, we'd be looking at 5,000 people here already. So it is very unusual. I mean, you're queuing up to a big crowd, which is, I mean, we normally have a good crowds most days, but not like the POW days. So that has made it very unusual. There's still the excitement especially amongst all the horse people. They love it when the big horses are here. We have different owners in here today. That excitement is still there. I mean, but without the crowds, it certainly makes a very different feel.
The Fort Erie racetrack will wind down the season with races on October 6th and 7th. As for Mighty Heart, if he came out of the race healthy, expect him to run in the Breeders' Stakes next month, with a victory securing the Canadian Triple Crown. In Niagara, you're watching The Source.